Hi, this is Sierra from Flow. So in this video, we're going to talk about labels. So I've kind of jumped the gun already, so let me start over. So we're just looking at a swarm, and we want to know what countries these lines are. Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe a better example would be these, because they're spread out. Like, it's really hard to have to look, and try and find the country that you're after from these, and you can use the axis options to orient these in a way that is a little bit easier to see. But when you have this many labels, or I guess labels on the axis right after each other like that, it's really hard to see. So we allow you to add labels to other parts of the chart. So let's go ahead and make a new labels. So here, each of these little bubbles is one of my columns in my sheet, so I can choose what I want to label. So I'm going to label country, and then maybe I'll put, like, I could also put the year, so then it would be each, where it says country, it would also say the year. And I think I'm just gonna say country and then life expectancy. So it's like really busy right off the bat, but let's format that. So I'm not gonna put country in there because I think just saying the name of the country is good enough, but then I will have this little life expectancy. I think that looks good. You can change the rounding and precision and formatting here as well. So it just kind of randomly, you can see some of these lines don't have any labels at all. The lines at the beginning have a bunch of labels, so we can actually determine how these labels are shown. So right now it's just a random subset of 200 different entries in our data set. So let's start first with when value is present in. So when value is present, so if we show, for example, column year, and then, okay, so there's obviously all of the years are filled out. So it came up with that error that there's too many labels, we can't show them all. So that's where this limit checkbox comes in. And you can click that and say limit to top or bottom, first, last, one out of every blank. So let's just do top 10 entries of column life expectancy. So then obviously some of the higher life expectancies here, Japan and Singapore, happened 2 years in a row. So that's a little bit hard to see, but then Switzerland comes up here. So we could do that. We could do, let's see what bottom would look like, and then it labels these plummets in life expectancy here and the different countries that they appeared in. So that's kind of interesting. We can do first, so then that does the first 10 entries in our data sheet, which is not super helpful in this case. The last will then show these over here, the last 10, or one out of every, let's say, 1 out of 100. So then it just every 100 rows, it'll pop in a little label in there. So like that can be kind of interesting. So let's show the next one, which is when value of. So when value of year is the maximum within each country, for example. So that will show over here, Egypt. We can uncheck this limit, and then you see all of the other countries start to pop up. So that then labels each country at the very end, where year is the maximum, year is the most recent year we have the data from. So you can also do the minimum, and it'll put them over here. And because this is filtered right now, these year minimums are over here and they're not being shown, so those are not on there. You can also do the center point, so then it will put them all in the center as well. we talked about random subset. The first item within is a more simple way to do what I was just doing. So I guess you could do when value of, you know, population is at a center point, and it'll put them at a different, you know, when the population was in the middle. I guess the median of your population in your data set. You can also, you know, see when the population was the lowest and the population was the highest. And so population and life expectancy here both have a similar effect, but this can vary, you know, drastically with different data that you use. So you just kind of have to think about the logic within it and what exactly you'd like to show on the chart. So we show first item within, and then pick whatever category. So maybe you want to do within each region, and so then it'll show for each region. So there it's like the Middle East and then Africa, and then here if I take this filter off, maybe it'd be easier to see, right? Okay, and so then the different regions have are labeled there. You can also do the middle item, and then so that's the middle item within region. Let's do the middle item within country, and then they'll all appear right around the middle. And then you can do last as well, and that will put them at the very end of the chart. So something that's difficult, at least for me right now, is the color. So you can change the color to just be fixed, and then it can be white. You can also change the size and some other formatting options, and as well as the alignment and the positioning offset. So you can make these go up a little bit higher, or, you know, to the right a little bit, and then let me limit these as well and change that. So just a few show up, just enough to give you the idea of each of these lines is one country, and here's some of those. You can, you know, maybe add an interaction, which will be what the next video is about, to select and see more about each specific dot, each country's place in time and the data values associated with that. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into how labels work. A lot of it is dependent on your data and what you want to show specifically, but we try to offer a variety of different logic that allows you to be able to configure it in any way that you want. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.